We got the referral, and we were just starting out in the area. So when we found out that he wanted to pass away at home. So when we hear that, we always want to see how we can help them to have those goals met. During that process is when I found out that he was a veteran in the Marine Corps, and then I knew about our program. I contacted Billie to kind of get the ball going, because it being a new area, you have to find out which avenue to take to, get the pin and the certificate and the flag, which I had seen presented to other patients. And so they had an idea and seen if we could get part of this new program where a veteran could actually go out and present it to him.
I received an urgent message from Billie. Our very first patient in our new service area was a veteran, and she wanted to honor his service. So I knew the right guy for the mission, and I reached out immediately to a former coworker and a personal friend of mine. He's also a combat wounded Army veteran. In his job, Andrew oversees the care of 14,000 wounded veterans and their families in the state of Florida. In his personal life, he's a dad, he's a husband, he's also donated his bone marrow twice to complete strangers. And last year, he even donated one of his kidneys to a fellow veteran who was also a complete stranger. He has top secret clearance and is on the first name basis with several presidents, but you never know it. He's the most humble, servant-hearted person I've ever met.
So I received the text message, just kind of waiting on details, right, of where the veteran lived, the time that was best for everybody. I just happened to be driving back from the Panhandle of Florida, and they said, "Hey, can you be there tomorrow at 9 o'clock?" And I said, "Sure." And it was my first time doing something like this, so I wanted to be prepared, make sure everything was up to standard. And then we went in and spoke with Mr. Tyre's wife for a little bit, and just kind of let her know where I was coming from. Being a veteran myself, and the opportunity that I had to honor her husband. A lot of people could look at it as I gave him a pin, I gave him his Marine Corps flag, a certificate. I talked with his wife, but as a veteran to another veteran, it was an honor for me, to honor him, to honor his family.
Being a veteran and being a Marine, and he, I know, was so honored that day as the family when they presented the plaque and the pin and the flag.
I reassured her, that he was very proud of his service. I've never met a Marine that wasn't proud. And I think her reaction, and hopefully it brought a little bit of closure, for her as well.
I think that was the first time we actually saw you cry.
Yes, yes.
Finally,
yes,
it's just
yes.
some closure.
It brought tears to our eyes. Yes, it did.
And I think you took a picture off the wall that had been there forever.
Yes.
To hang his plaque.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And the pin and the flag that they presented was just touching.
And after a long journey, Edgel actually passed away that evening.
Yes.
I really think it was kind of a release, a moment, or what he needed maybe to feel that presence of another soldier.
A lot of veterans have a lot of pride in their service. A lot of veterans, when they get older, or they've been out of the military for a little bit, I want to say we're necessarily forgetting about them, but they're not always thanked, right? I know what it's like to be in their shoes.
I know several folks that are younger veterans dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder. So this is healing for them too, to look to the future and to see that death can be different than what they might have experienced. So it can be healing for them as well as the family.
After I had received notice that Andrew had sent an email to say mission complete, those nurses are angels, and he was honored. And that meant the world to me, that he thought that about us, because I think that about him.
Coming into Columbia County and the new areas that we are now in, there's a large veteran population, and I think it's so important to know who our patients are and to know what their needs are, and by honoring that one special thing for you and him is a privilege, and it's something that every veteran deserves, and we hope to do more of that.
I think all of the veterans deserve that at the end. Yes.
Lisa, our patient's nurse, is the wife of an Army veteran, and several of her family members have served our great nation. She shared this story of her veteran patient with her husband, and he was moved to tears and incredibly proud of his wife. As an Army wife to a soldier who served 30 years and 18 days, I'm incredibly proud of our Veterans Program.